LegionsCon is upon us. There's a lot of exclusive figures to talk about, and we're bringing on a special guest to make sure we talk about it all. Stay tuned, and let's talk LegionsCon. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. I'm your favorite co-host, Dakota, and I bring on the super cool guest co-hosts. And today we're joined by Trevor 1/6 Shooter, the man behind the camera of all things Legions. And today we're talking about exclusives and LegionsCon. So, Trevor, you're going to be at LegionsCon, right?
I am going to be I've been at every LegionsCon so far, and I'm going to continue to be there.
It wouldn't be LegionsCon without you.
Have me. I don't know about that, but I'd miss it. I'd miss it anyway, so yeah, definitely going to be there.
I sadly will be missing it this year, but I do plan on making my return next year. I've had a table there the last 2 years talking fitness and steel mace. I think when I come back in the future, I might just come back as a fan to have fun and let the table go to somebody else. Unless New Meta gets a table, then I'll probably work the table there. But I do kind of like the table. I got to be honest. Come to me.
It is nice, but you might want to give it a shot to just be a fan. Like, I would love to be able to do that. Like, I mean, not to say that I couldn't, but you know, there's expectations and there's things that I just do want to have. I want to have the calendar every year. But not that I couldn't put that on somebody else's table or whatever, have somebody else man it. That's the problem with being a vendor, though. It's tough to get a break away unless you're there with somebody. And I have my co-hosts from Legion's Lounge, Nate and Bill, will help me out. My brother's going to be there this year. Well, he was there last year too. But breaking away from the table to really enjoy the show, I really kind of envy people who are just there to be a guest. Man, it's kind of nice.
I feel like
there's so much to
for
see.
Somebody.
There's so much to see.
There really is, yeah. I was going to say, for somebody like, I feel like you are one of the bigger Mythic Legion celebrities, so I feel like even you trying to walk around would still be hard because you'd be getting stopped by everybody, and it'd still take you just as long to get through anything.
Well, a quick story, that's not always the case, but I know everybody at this point, you know what I mean? Then there are people who I don't know who will stop me and talk about the show, or, you know, at that point, a lot of people have seen the pictures and stuff, and will say nice things about those usually. It was great, though, last year, the first time my wife stopped by. She didn't come to the show with me, but she came by. We're in Long Island, so like it's an hour drive. She was meeting a friend in New Jersey. And I left the booth to start walking her around, and I didn't even get down my aisle. And this doesn't always happen, okay? But it was perfect. Now, I didn't pay this person. This kid, somebody I don't even know, came up to me, and he's like, "Are you 1/6 Shooter?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Can I get a selfie with you?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sure." I'm like, this is... She's like, "Did you pay him to do that?" I'm like, I don't know who that is. Like, I didn't. It's great. It's perfect. Yeah. Like, so, but that doesn't always happen. But
right. Walking around the grocery store, maybe we don't get noticed, but yeah, you go to a very specific location, and
you're in your fishbowl. People know you in your fishbowl, so that's great.
Exactly. Talking Mythic Legion, LegionCon exclusives. Now, this isn't necessarily like the big grand reveal, but we've been partnered with Go New Meta for a while now, and Go New Meta is actually going to be one of the official leftover stock sellers of these LegionCon exclusives. So I wanted to do a deep dive into the con exclusives so that when people are going, you know, like myself, for those who aren't able to attend, still there will be hopefully those opportunities. You know, maybe the folks at LegionCon are going to go absolutely ravenous and buy up all the stock. In the past, that hasn't been the case. There's always been some leftovers that are up for sale for the people that weren't able to attend. But let's do a little deep dive into what the people can be expecting as con exclusives. So is there one that you want to start with? Do you want to go Legacies or do you want to go Crossroads?
I'll go anything. I like them all. I do like the Crossroads. They're cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems very like LegionsCon exclusive. The other ones are obviously still exclusives, but these are like brand new characters to the convention. So we'll go with the Warrior and the Revenant. So it's one one package, but within that package you can build either of the characters, and you can always still, like with all Mythic Legions, you can pop and swap and make your own story if you wanted to. But
right, yeah.
You've got, I guess, out of those two, the Warrior and the Revenant, do you have a favorite of those two?
I'm partial to Skellies. Skellies are
Okay.
what got me into Mythic Legions to begin with, so I like the Revenant a lot. I like that scale mail that it's got. I mean, that's the default look for it that they put out, is here's this figure and here's the Warrior figure, but you can do whatever you want. I mean, you can make your own. Obviously, that's the whole point of it. And there are so many parts in these things that I know Jeremy just recently posted a picture with some of the leftovers from building the 4 figures plus the Scaffoid and the Survalgard, and there's so many parts left over that you just need a few parts to build another figure out of that, or 2 figures. It's crazy. There's so many things. So, yeah, I mean, default looks, I like the Revenant a little bit more. I just like that torn material look and stuff like that. It just looks really cool.
Cool, interesting, because I actually prefer the Warrior look more so for this one. Usually I would like more of that like scale mail type of torso, but I don't know, something about the like grungy big knight, it looks kind of imposing, which usually I like more of the like flashy colors and everything, but this one, I don't know, for some reason it's just speaking to me the right way that I like it.
It has a lot of weathering on it, and you don't see I mean, they do get that, especially like on like Urzok has some of that, and some of the orcs and things like that, but the knights are generally pretty shiny and clean, and not there's not a lot of grunge there. So I like the idea that it's a knight with some, that I don't have to, because I'm adverse to, unless I've got a double, like weathering something up. Like I kind of just put them on the shelf as is, and then I'll make some customs over here that I can mess with. But yeah, so that's cool. I like them both. I mean, I like them both, but I don't know, like that Skelly.
Yeah. So within this package, like we said, it's you can make your own out of the 2 figures or any combination. But with the LegionsCon exclusive one, it comes with the 2 exclusive heads. You've got the more, finned side look that came with like the Sir Gerard. And I think Jeremy said that he's going to try to sneak that into every LegionsCon
it's been
now
in every
going
one.
forward.
Yeah, it's been in every one.
Which I think that's a fun.
It's been in every one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little like Easter egg for the fans. I think that's cool. And it's a cool helmet too. I think people just generally like that helmet usually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a very Boba Fett look to it, so I think I think people are drawn to that. Maybe that's not the reason, but
So along with that head, you also have the Scaffoid green zombie head, and that also comes with a green neck too. So those are your 2 exclusive parts. The faceplate was originally maybe going to be exclusive, but whether that was a factory mix-up or they threw it in, that's going to come with the standard. So
I actually think. Yep.
Go ahead.
I'm going to give them credit. I actually think they threw it in. It wasn't a factory mistake this time, because I'm not even sure that the un-exclusive packages are made yet. So
okay.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be more extras in there. No, but I think they generally did that because I think they thought they had too many exclusive pieces in there. So
okay, because like we're kind of pointing this out because they will make a standard version of this. So we're talking about like. New Meta is going to get the leftover stock, but if you don't want the LegionsCon exclusive stuff, you can just wait. 4 Horsemen will put out directly the standard version, and then it just won't come with, like I said, the Scaffoid zombie head and the Sir Gerard Finn helmeted head. So you can get those down the road. Those are usually like same as the con prices, right? Like just standard Mythic Legion price.
They are now. They used to be a little less. So, and there was too many people, I guess, just like saying, well, I'll just wait. I don't need the extra parts. I'm just going to wait for these. So in order to kind of even it out and say, well, you can wait, but it's going to be the same price. And that it's not a cynical thing. It's just like, hey, for this, you come to the show for the same price, you're going to get all these parts as you would pay for the other one. You know what I mean? So you may as well, get it at the show and get the extra parts. So.
I was going to say, I'm not exactly sure what the prices will be for the leftover standard figures at like New Meta. Usually they're a little bit more, but with these being single packs instead of like last year's 2 packs, I don't know those specific details, but I would assume that you'd pay just a slight bit more than you would at the convention. But again, you've got to pay to get to the convention, and all those kind of factors are built into.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. There really should. I mean, I know people have their problems with exclusives and things like that, but I mean, there is. I just went to San Diego. I was in Celebration in Japan, and to say like, hey, could you just sell me that hot toy or the the exclusive that you got after standing, flying to Japan or California and standing in line for an hour and a half and then getting it, and it's like. No, there's a premium to that. You know what I mean? Like, helping people out is one thing, and I'm helping people out with these exclusives here. And this is a little different because there's so many of them. It's not something you have to stand in line for an hour for. As a matter of fact, we tell everybody on Legion's Lounge, don't wait in line for these. There's going to be plenty of them. Maybe the pins, if you need the pins or something, there might be fewer of those. Other than that, you just go and enjoy the show and then come back at the end of the day or whatever and pick these up. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because, like we said, they've never sold out of any of these kind of exclusives. Now, if you wanted to show me a picture of like the secret exclusive that they've been doing the last couple of years, that sometimes does sell out.
Yeah. So, I mean, if there's going to be a drop, I mean, the thing is, like, I keep telling people, like, everybody's like, what's going to drop be? I'm like, maybe the surprise is there is no surprise drop. I mean, now, they like to do what's not expected. So
true.
It's always been fun, but maybe it's like, well, there's other things, and maybe there'll be something else or something. Who knows? Anyway.
Have they like officially said like the G-Con reveals are going to be Mythic Legion or Cosmic Legion, or is that still up in the air?
G-Con is going to be Mythic. Yeah, because they announced last year that it's, I mean, I think the only clue he gave was something about setting sail. So, yeah.
Because then I was thinking maybe that...
Not that there won't be... Sorry.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm not trying to like got you or anything, but I was thinking that'd be kind of cool if like the secret reveal, if there is one, was a Cosmic Legion or something, just to kind of get that fixed, because I feel like it's...
not to say the Cosmic isn't going to be mentioned or talked about, or there won't be something shown. I'm not going to say whether I know that or not.
Right.
Yeah, I think the main wave will be Mythic.
Okay. Speaking of more Mythic Legions, the other half of the Crossroads is the Nymph and the Terrell. So I think it seems like most people are really excited for this one because we don't usually get a ton of female figures. I mean, maybe there's like one in a wave of 4 or 6 dudes. So obviously there's going to be a lot less of them. And I think this one is a very good build that I think a lot of people like, kind of with the like Alithia parts. You've got some of the what's that Christmassy figure?
Ghost of Christmas Past. Yep.
Past. Yeah. So I think this one seems like a lot of people are excited about it. And the exclusive parts to this one are the Queen Urxa head, which I don't have a regular Queen Urxa, but she is, I think, #1 on my most wanted list. And then is that the Ziri head is the alternate? Okay. So those two are your exclusive parts, but she's still coming with a ton of extra stuff here.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, this is my favorite. I don't know, I think it's just steeped in fantasy art growing up. I mean, women, the female form is always a lot more I don't know, intriguing, I guess, in art. It's a lot. If you're Boris Vallejo, it's kind of even, but and even Frank Frazetta did a lot of males, obviously. But I don't know. There's just something about the females that I like a lot. I collect. Well, most of my test shots are female, so I'm excited for this. I love Eric's sculpts of female faces, and the Queen Urxa head is wild. That surprised me because that's a figure that hasn't been. It's not seen a lot. Like you can't. It's hard to find. I don't know if it was underproduced or what, but that's a tricky one. I'm hoping we get a version 2, a version 2 of that someday on a different body, maybe even like a Neve body or something a little bigger or something. But I like this one a lot. I'm really partial to this one.
Yeah, and you're also getting another green Scaffoid green colored head there, which I think is kind of fun that it comes both ways. I don't remember if they've said or not these wings. Have we seen those wings before? The like little fairy wings.
Yeah, those came with Artemis too.
Okay.
Yeah, she has those wings as opposed to the bigger wings that she came in with the first version. Which again, I hope they come out with something, not another Artemis figure, but something with those wings.
Okay.
They're a little more streamlined and light because back in the day, those were pretty heavy wings.
Gotcha.
So something that really fits her, maybe can be an in between, for that, because I really would like to see her with the wings. Yeah, I'm surprised. The thing with this thing, I'm surprised that people didn't kind of figure out, and a few people did towards the end. I think even Bill, Dorclair, Bill Janowski, the fact that both sets came with these Scaffoid heads, or Scaffoid painted heads. That nobody was like, hey, maybe we're going to get a Scaffoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Scaffoid, the next LegionCon exclusive that we can talk about is the Legacies of Mythos Scaffoid. So this is, the second set of Legacies we're seeing. Obviously, there was the Otho and Urzok, but now you've got Scaffoid, and since he's a LegionsCon exclusive figure, you get the exclusive wings, like the skeleton green wings, plus the alternate head that came with the Terpiculi. And the Terpiculi is my hands down #1 favorite Mythic Legion of all time. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I don't think it's my #1, but it is up there because it's just so versatile, and you can really make it anything you want to. Like, it could be any form of that skeleton.
Yeah.
It's wild. I have mine flying on the shelf right now, which is great.
So do I. It's like one of the only figures
he's
I have
flying,
in my...
Nice. Cool. Yeah, it's a great figure, and this looks great in green. And there's a lot of customizers who've got this color scheme down. I haven't attempted it myself. I just don't have a lot of time to paint. But it's not easy, you know what I mean? And especially to get all the detail that this was painted by Eric Miller, because this is one of his favorite figures. So they gave this to him to do all these green heads and green wings and stuff. And it's just really cool that we have all these things. And of course, they've worked it into the story where, he was kind of a head wizard or sorcerer or something of a group of sorcerers who tried to bring Necronominus back before, doing the right things, trying to bring it back with a spell or something, and it backfired and killed them all and turned them into these green glowing skeletons. So you can make a whole bunch of them. Now you can army build if you've got the old Scaffoid. You can army build some other ones, or buy 6 of these if you want to.
Right. Yeah. This one is one that I would have maybe been like maybe I could save my money on this, but like coming with wings is like there's just too much value in the box now. So like for as far as like a LegionsCon exclusive versus the standard will come again without the LegionCon exclusive parts, so you're not going to get those wings or the alternate head, which to me I'm like you just got to go for the exclusive at this point because wings itself is worth the value there. But also for me, Scaffoid was my very first ever Mythic Legion that I got. So I was like, well, I've got to get the Legacies version of him now. So so that'll be fun to have him displayed. Right. So you can't pass on that. How am I going to display him? I feel like I'm probably going to put the Terpiculi head on with the wings because I love my Terpiculi so much, and I'll keep my like original Scaffoid as kind of the real Scaffoid.
Yeah, there you go.
But
maybe with the other skull on it or something like that.
Yeah, I do love the like rune skull. That's a really cool touch. But also, maybe I'm just going to need a couple of these so I can, because I want to use those zombie heads that are coming with the other figures. So what else are those going to go on but another Scaffoid?
Right.
So
exactly, that's the thing that you're going to have a lot of Scaffoid heads. This is one where those exclusives on it, I'm not sure. I got to refresh my mind about Valgard. I know, people are very excited about the legs on that one. Well, I know we'll talk about that next, but this has got a lot of stuff that you're going to miss, I think, a lot, even more so than maybe the Remnant, the Crossroads figures come with some great stuff, but this stuff I think you're really going to miss if you don't have the exclusive version.
100%, yeah. So we'll switch over to Survalgard. The exclusives for him, and I think this is probably, like I said, the wings are a big one, but with Survalgard you get a whole other set of legs and pelvis, get 2 extra hands, an alternate head, alternate shoulder pauldrons, and alternate like wrist gauntlet things. So again, this is another one where, kind of like you were saying, with as far as the LegionsCon versus the standard version, because you could always wait for the standard. The LegionsCon version is going to come packed in. I don't even know how all these are going to fit into a single box. So
yeah, I don't either. It's going to be like deep or
bursting.
Wide. I'm not really sure. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I haven't seen the box art yet, so I don't. Wait a minute, did he show? No, I think they teased the back or something of one of them. I don't know. I think they teased the back of the Revenant, or I keep saying the Revenant, the Crossroads ones, or something like that. I know they're coming with David Williams art on them, so. And these should have, I think, the photos on the back. But anyway, yeah, I don't know how they're going to come packed, but this is crazy. Now, like, you know, if you've got a gold knight or you got enough gold knights or whatever, you might be fine without having the extra legs or whatever. But I know a lot of people looked at the gold knight build on this and were like, oh, yeah, I got to have that. So, yeah. Right.
Because, like you said, I have a gold knight and I've got other knights that would do the trick just fine, but I feel like with the extra Survalgard like purple details on there, it's a completely different figure. And like Survalgard looks very cool on his own, but then I think this knight itself could be another, like, just a regular, you know, Mythic Legions puts out, here's Sir whatever his name is that looks like this, and that's a full figure as itself.
Sir Galvard or something. I'm like, if I had to give up on one, I've got it's a humble brag, but I've got the original Survalgard, and it's in the box. I'm never taking it out, which is great. I have this now because getting the version 2s of everything, I take the version 1s and I don't just put them away or put them back in the box. I've got a whole other shelf that I'm building that's just got the first versions of things that have a new version out. So that's growing quickly. It'll be nice to have a Survalgard on the shelf because I've never taken it out of the box. I'm excited about this, but I think I'm more excited about the other ones a little bit.
Okay, interesting, because this is the one that like I said, the Revenant Terrell, or the Terrell Nymph. I am excited about that one, but I feel like I'm almost more excited about this one just because of the value that it's coming with. So those are 1A, 1B for me. And again, like, you're going to get an alternate skeleton Valgard head, and then I mean, to be able to display all of these heads, you're going to need 3. So but then if you want like a tall version and a short version, then you need, I don't even know how many. You're just going to, in order to display all the parts, it's going to be a lot.
And the great thing is, you know, and like, well, I'm not saying you know this like you do it, but like, you know, you got extra, if you buy 3 of them, and you're like that type of person who's like, I don't want a drawer full of these extra parts. I don't need them. You throw those heads and stuff up on eBay for, you know, $5 a piece or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll sell. You know what I mean? Bring them to the trade. If you come into LegionsCon, there's a parts swap. I don't know if people will be part swapping these right off the bat, but next year, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly people will be. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. You could even use those the night builders, and I know this is the next thing we're probably going to talk about is the Armory experience. You could probably take those night legs and use them on one of the gladiators. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot you could do with that. There's a lot of value.
Yeah,
it's good.
All right. Well, you're segueing us in nicely. So let's talk
You're welcome.
Armory experience next. This one, I feel like this one's kind of a hard one to talk about because there's so many parts and pieces, and like, these are going to be, I think this was one of the most fun things about LegionsCon last year. And, you know, the other guy, Jordan, he isn't quite as deep into Legions as I am, but going through the Armory experience made him much more a fan of Mythic Legions, because I think getting to make the figure himself, and then his wife made one too, and that was fun, and he's like super proud of what she built. So like, it gives you kind of like, you know, obviously they've sculpted the figures and like they're like, here's the parts you can build with, but then you put it together and you feel like you have ownership in the figure of like, I made this is mine. So that's super fun. And again, this was a very fun idea. I was really hoping they would do something with a demon. Happy to see a green demon. I definitely need that. The demons are my favorite race, so bring them on.
Really? Okay.
I love them. Azahazar, he was probably the one that got me into the line, was Arakagor and Azahazar. I thought those were super cool. They were, I think I must have found them as soon as they went on Big Bad Toy Store after the like, you know, pre-order ended. So then I had to like wait forever to get them. So I had a bunch of other things before those came, but yeah, those were the ones that I saw, and I was like, I don't know what this line is, but I need in. So
Yeah, as a Hazar is fantastic. Azar and Zazar are they're two that I would love to see eventually maybe get a 2.0 version. Maybe a little bit something more to them. They're just kind of at this point a little plain for me, and I like the idea of demons and stuff like that. I'm more kind of, I don't know why I'm kind of into the evil characters and elves. Not really sure what that says about me, but yeah, I'd like to see them done a little better. I will say, like, if you're going to go to the show and first of all, let's say the Armory experience is great because there are people who don't know that you can just pull these things apart and put them together in any configuration you want. So it's the perfect, I hesitate to say genius, but it's a brilliant idea to get people who have not understood that aspect of it into, like, right off the bat. It's like, you've got to put this thing together. You know what I mean? Right on the table. It's incredible. There is a tool out there, if you're going to go there, that was made by a guy named Kirby in the Cabal. I don't know if you have the link to it, but you can find it in the Cabal. I don't have it off the top of my head.
I've had it. I put it up on my laptop here, and it's been an open tab for weeks now. Yep,
me too. I just closed it today because I made, like, every possible combination of 16 figures that I could get to all the parts of them in there. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do that, but yeah, you need that. If you're going to go in there, unless you're just like, I just want to have fun and I'll do what I want to, for run through it once or twice or whatever. But if you want to plan and you want to know what you want to get and not have to sit there for 15 minutes looking over parts, use the configurator. It's great.
Yeah, and so if we just look at the, like, standard bases here, and I think these are what I'm looking at, the, like, Source Horseman photo. This is going to be also coming as standard figures because there are going to be some pieces and parts that are going to be show exclusives, maybe like a certain type of armor, like certain helmets are only going to be at the show. But they will, kind of like they did last year with the Knights, they put out the standard versions, and you can get those again from Store Horsemen later on down the road. So out of just this configuration, if you're looking at it, what are some of, like, the standouts to you that you're like, oh, I've got to get that in my collection, or people are going to, like, really sleep on that one?
I am partial. Actually, I do love that Green Demon one. That is really, really cool. I love the combinations of colors that they put together here. I was going to say, I mean, I know a lot of people are going for the leather boots, but there's going to be so many. We're going to have a glut of leather boots after this thing comes out because that's what half of these are wearing.
Right.
I do like the old Magnus head. I like that configuration. That's just like a your regular gladiator. I like the vamp, or white orc, I guess. It's not really a vampire, but he's a very pale orc. I don't know. The only one I'm not thrilled with is the what the hell's his name? Lord.
The Bardric?
The elf. Bardric. That's such a specific head to me. It just feels like you can't really paint that and make it a different character. Even, I don't know why Magnus is so just, like, versatile. Like, yeah, I know it's Magnus, but it just looks different when you paint it. And Bardric just looks like Bardric. There's somebody, he's got the crown on, he's got the thing, I don't know. That's the only one I'm not excited about. But I got to have all these. So my problem is I'm a completist, so I had to buy the set of 10 pre-configured Knights last year, and then I had to go in and buy all the parts, but make up Knights that had all the parts so that I can have all the parts, because I'm insane.
And there were some parts last year that sold out at LegionsCon that you couldn't build, because I went in as, like, a vendor, or like I had a table so I could go in after day one to build my figures, but some of those parts were already gone by the time I got there. Are there any that you're kind of picked out as you're like, ooh, that one's going to be a one I got to get on quick, or what are your thoughts?
I haven't figured out yet. I haven't really looked at things too closely to, like, there's so many more now. And it was a surprise last year that what went is the cloth pieces for the most part, and certain colors of the cloth pieces. I still think some of the exclusive Marley, bonus head helmet there with the ghostly eye spirit things coming out of them. I think those some of those might go quickly. I just think those are going to be really popular heads. As far as armor goes, it's very tough to say. I mean, anything with boots, I think, is going to go quicker than armor. And probably in colors that we can't get yet. So I don't think we have black yet. We've got that medium brown. The light brown ones will probably be pretty popular. I think it's going to be things like that. I mean, all these parts you can get, you can paint if you paint, but if you don't, you don't paint, then yeah, I mean, and plus, joints and things like that have those color, the right color and stuff. So it's hard to guess. Body-wise, I think everything's pretty much equal. Yeah, the Green Demon might be popular, though. I could see that being a popular one. And I'm thinking maybe like the blood red armors might be a little more popular because they're very close to the Vorgus Vermilius sort of red. So I know a lot of people like that. So
yeah, like I said, I think I'm most
I have no idea.
Right. Exactly. We get to the show and it could be something. It'll be one of those like bucket type helmets that sells out first, which I would think would be the least sold.
Could be.
But who knows? I'm most excited for the Green Demon because I love the demons. I will say I do wish it would have been probably like any of the other any of the other colors would have been a good demon head or demon because we have like Azahazar is my green demon. We've got the blue and the yellow. We do kind of have like a red with what's the girl's name?
Their sister.
Yeah. But we don't have these other colors. So that's where I would have been like, but I've like customized a black demon for myself, a white demon. So
sure,
give me more colors, but still, like I said, I got to take the demons. And then I probably got to go Magnus head one, just kind of I like the blue pants, like, because I was thinking like, okay, should I have people at the con like configure some for me? But I think the way that the standards are coming look pretty cool to me, so I might just wait for those. But I do like the more gladiator style helmets, which is only coming on that like Magnus build. So that'd be the only thing I feel like I'm missing out on. So that's all of the 4 Horsemen exclusives. You're gonna have things at the show, right?
I'm gonna have I'm waiting on the new calendar should be in hand and probably next week. For some reason the last 2 years I've cut everything very close. The lunch boxes, I have a Mythic Legions lunchbox this year. I had a Cosmic one last year. And I kind of did that, not on purpose, but I mean, I didn't really know what I wanted to do for Mythic. Like, how do you approach that? Do you do just like a faction? And I kind of wanted to have 4 leaders of the light and then the dark 4 on the other side. And I really didn't have everything, until last year when we did Noble Bear and we had the other new 2.0. So I had to kind of wait on that. But this year's Mythic, and it is that exact thing. And I've already sold about half of what I ordered, so I got to see if I need to up that. But you can order. There's a pre-order on my Instagram if you want to go to that. And you'll be able to get the calendars afterwards on my Etsy channel as well, but they will be at the show, 2026 calendars. And then I'm going to have things like some mini prints here. I do have Scaffoid, and I do have the Barbarian, all the hot figures. I didn't think about this, and Survalgard. So got those actual postcards if you want to send them out to people. I don't know who, send it to your aunt or whatever. I'm sure your grandma will appreciate that for Christmas. And I do have prints, metallic prints. I have the dragon. I have a bunch of things. I got Scaffoid. I got so these will all be there, along with some other stuff. And table 28. I think it's 28. Yeah. So come and visit me.
If not, somebody else is going to be getting a lot of questions about lunchboxes and prints.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, don't go to the wrong table. It's easy to spot. So I'm like part of the studio in a way. So like they keep asking me. I mean, they don't keep asking me. They asked me the first year that they did that side room. They have a side room for, the Armory now and the store and. Nate Barch is over there, and Chris is over there with his D13 stuff. And Jeremy asked me if I wanted to be over there. And as much as I would love to hang with those guys all the time, I really just want to be in the community room where everybody is. I don't know. To me, it's kind of where I started. It's kind of where I want to be, see the action. I don't know. it's there's a lot of action in there. Don't get me wrong. So don't miss that room, obviously. But yeah,
nice.
Yep, that's my stuff.
All right, well, there you go, folks. That is our conversation on LegionsCon and the exclusives. Remember, if you want to get your con exclusives after LegionsCon, if there's anything left over, those are going to gonewmeta.com. Use code STRONG101 for 10% off every order. Pretty sure Trevor's going to have a code, too. I think it's Trevor101 if you want to support him. Not that we really get any sort of payment for that, but he's also going to be, during LegionsCon, the collector spotlight on Go New Meta. So if you want to hear him answer some photography questions and things of that nature, that'll be on gonewmeta.com. I'll put his links in the description below. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing. And until next time, stay strong.